Hi, in this video I wanted to go over exercises that you can do to strengthen your hands. I have one exercise that I know that works basically under all circumstances. Whether you play acoustic or electric, makes a little difference. Acoustic guitar, you can get a lot more out of this because the strings are harder to push down. The action is the distance from the string, pushing the string down. Basically, the action is the distance between the string and the fretboard as you push it down, and it should be millimeters. So if you're looking at a quarter inch, you probably need a setup. The first exercise we're going to do is pretty easy. Essentially, what you want to do is line your fingers up down here on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string in, and just every fret up like this. And you're on the B string. You're not on the E, not on the top, but on the B string, the second one, to do this correctly. And really all you do is you just lift up your index finger and start hammering on the G string, the one that's next to the B string, the 3rd string. And that's going to be open. And you want to sort of get like a hammer-on sound like this. It takes a little practice. If you can't get it, eventually you will. You have to. And you want your thumb in back of the guitar like this. So you want it back here. So you don't want to put your thumb up like this when you're doing it. You don't want to be up like this. You want to be back like this. And you want to do each finger for about a minute and a half, and it's going to hurt. But that's the name of the game. No pain, no gain. And you want to do this for about a minute and a half per finger. You'll start to feel it hurt back here. It'll even hurt down in your arm, like down in here. And that's just the name of the game. You gotta go through some pain if you want to get anywhere. And so just keep doing it until it feels like it's going to fall off. It'll start to burn back here. You'll start to feel the muscles kind of, but just keep going. Push through it, grit your teeth. Do whatever you have to do. Okay? And then change fingers. So put this one back in line with the rest on the B string, and then start with your middle and do the same thing. And you want to try and relax the rest of your hand. You don't want your whole hand to be tensed up, but you'll get something out of this immediately. So do this exercise immediately, and then go back and play the chords that you had done before that you had trouble with, and you'll notice that you're more in control of your fingers on an individual basis. And then put this one back, and then go to the next one. This is the one people have trouble with, because these fingers are kind of married, your pinky and your ring finger. And just do this for about a minute and a half, and after a minute and a half you're going to notice your hand feels a little different. Put this one back, and then do this one. This is the one that really hurts a lot of people. This finger, I mean, think about it, if you're right-handed, your playing hand's the left hand, and I mean, what do you do with the pinky on your left hand? I mean, where has it ever gotten exercise? It never does. So this is going to be really, really painful for a lot of people. But as I said, you don't get anywhere without putting something down. So, minute and a half. And then when you're done, you just put that back. Maybe shake your hand out a little bit, let it rest, and then come back. And I would say, maybe 4 or 5 minutes later, try again, and you'll notice that when you play your chords, your fingers are more in tune with what your head's telling you to do. So that's a very, very effective exercise. I'm going to show you another one. This exercise is on the top string, the E string, and we're going to start it down here in the same place, except this time it's going to be on the top. This one, not on the B, but on the 1st string in. And we're just going to start here, and we're basically going to leave the rest of the fingers off. So we're kind of hanging on this one note here. And then what I want you to do is reach as far out as possible with your index finger, okay? And I can reach out pretty far, but I'm just going to go 1.5 whole steps up, and you just do this. So this is sort of it strengthens your hand when it's in compromising positions. This is more of a hand strengthener. The other one was a hand strengthener when it wasn't compromised. But if you're really stretching for something, this is a really good exercise. minute and a half a finger. So if you're not feeling it, you're not going to get anything out of it. Minute and a half. Reach as far as you can with this one. Remember, it's anchored back here in the index. Reach as far out as you can. Minute and a half. And then the last one, reach all the way. And that hurts. Ouch. You want to keep going. You don't want to stop. And eventually you'll want to stop. It's gonna hurt pretty bad. So both of those exercises are probably the best exercises for dexterity and strength, in my opinion. There's a lot of different exercises out there. I recommend you take advantage of most of them, but those are the two you really, in my opinion, you really need to do. I've tried them all, and so do them and take advantage of them. I also wanted to show you a way to stretch your fingers out, essentially what you want to do is you take your hand like this, you make the Mr. Spock symbol basically, and you can use your fingers to wedge the two apart, and you basically just you could run them under warm water as hot as you can stand it, just to loosen up the tendons in your hand, or put it into sort of a bucket of warm water or a bowl, and you wait till your tendons get, and then you go ahead and you just manually stretch them out with your hand. And this right here is probably the part where most people have the most tension, is between the ring and their middle finger. So you want to try and relax your hand when you're doing this. And of course get between your ring and your pinky finger. And after a while you'll see that, I mean, I can tell you right now that, you know, I can stretch a lot further with this hand than I can with this one. This is as far as it's going to go. So you can see the difference is a big difference. I can get a lot further with my left hand due to all the stretching and exercising I've done. So those two exercises plus the stretching exercise should serve you as a good basis for fundamental exercises, and everything else in the exercises section will help you as well. But those are the big three things that you can do to help yourself immediately. And like I said, you'll get immediate results from the first exercise, the tapping one on the B string. The other one is just sort of a supplemental for the first one, and then the stretching is up to you if you want to do that. So this is Stu Johnson with Second Floor Studios. This has been Stretching 101 and Strengthening, and we'll probably see you in another video at some time. Take care. See you lessons.